The views and opinions expressed during the Barefoot United radio show are those of the host and not that of MP Media Group, sponsors, or their broadcast affiliates. Welcome to Barefoot United Radio, where you will learn the benefits and your rights to live a barefoot lifestyle. And now, here to empower you and dispel the myths of going barefoot, are full-time members of the barefoot community and victim legal advocates, your hosts, Sophie Prince and Nick Pierce.
They will not force us. They will stop degrading us. They will not control us. We will be victorious.
Well, hello and welcome to the weekly broadcast of Barefoot United, where we empower you to live the barefoot lifestyle. Many of you have different reasons for going barefoot. For some of you, it may be for religious reasons, some of you for cultural reasons, others for health or medical reasons, some of you for safety reasons. Even though our reasons are different, there are people out there that think that there are laws, policies, rules, regulations, or even dangers about being barefoot in public. Whatever your reasons, share your stories. We have our live chat room open. If you're listening on this platform, you can chat with us. Just click on the little chat bubble, and we'll interact with you during this broadcast. You can also give us a call. Our call number is 513-815-6336 to be on the air. If you want, join our chat, of course. barefootunited.org is our official website. Click on the podcast link if you want to read up more about the show and your hosts. Let's see what else. Also, head over to the official home of Barefoot United Radio on Facebook. Just go to Barefoot United Radio. You can send us your messages there as well. Also on Instagram at Barefoot United Official. See exclusive content there. Also check out the website, barefootunited.org. I think I said that already. And we also have our closed group on Facebook as well, Barefoot United. You can interact with other members of the barefoot community during and after the broadcast. So if you live a barefoot lifestyle, or are interested in living the barefoot lifestyle, join the closed group if you haven't joined already, again on Facebook, Barefoot United. Now keep in mind though, folks, this is not a fetish community. So for all you heavy-breathing fun seekers out there, this is not the place to get your rocks off on foot pictures. No. See, we are here to educate and empower you and spread the message that bare feet are perfectly legal, safe, should be accepted. And we are also here to help you stand up for the rights if you choose to live the barefoot lifestyle. For those of you that may not know, I'm just one of your hosts, Nick Pierce. I've been full-time barefoot for 20 plus years. I got rid of the last pair of anything that goes on my feet over 15 years ago. I'm a victim's legal advocate standing up for the human rights that we as the barefoot community have for at least over 10 years now. Another victim legal advocate standing up for the human rights that we as the barefoot community have, your new co-host, and mine as well, Sophie Prince. Sophie, welcome to the program. She's also my host from Are You Ready Radio, heard right before this broadcast. So,
yeah.
Happy Friday, everyone. It's great to be live.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Friday evening, gearing everybody up for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we have a lot to dive into. We got a couple great clips. We have on the show, first of all, our regular topic. We'll throw a topic out there. We'll focus on that to kind of, help you guys out. We also have a segment called What's the Problem? As well as a segment of Shoes in the News. And also our, excuse me. And also the motivation for your souls inspirational moments with Sophie Prince at the very end of our show. So make sure you guys stick around. We have a lot of great content for you on the new home, the new platform, and all that. Right here from the NP Media Group studio. So we're going to have a lot of fun with this. A lot of great new and exciting content. And, of course, people are wondering, okay, why are we here? Well, if you've tuned into the old platform, up until a few Saturdays ago, you may have noticed I'm not on the air there. Many of you listening may know I'm the former host of another program for a particular organization, BIO, and I received tons of messages saying that they did not hear anything, and that's why. We are here. We are not going to sit here and play hold music for you, and, this is our new home. So we're glad everybody found us. And thank you, everybody, for continuing to tune in to our message, as many of you have done for the past 10 years that I've been doing this. So, if any of our new listeners are out there that are finding us for the first time on this platform, really what it did was I started doing this in May 25th of 2011 was when I started the first Barefoot online broadcast called The Barefoot Show, Reality Check. And I went under the name of Check Blair. So you can look that up. You can Google it. You'll find it out there. And I talk about setting up for the rights that we as the barefoot community have, people that want to live the barefoot lifestyle and all that. And to this day, the message will continue, and I am glad that by my side, Sophie is coming into that with me. So, the whole thing, Barefoot United. Why does it have to be so divided? All the little fractions, this is a place to come together. We are not going to tell you that you're not barefoot enough on this platform. You will never hear us say, why are you here if you wear shoes? So, and we have a great, platform to be able to do that on now, to be inclusive. And we're glad everybody found us. Thank you for tuning in. So, with all that said, now it's time to kick off your shoes if you're wearing them and still have any at all to enjoy the next hour and a half of time that we have together. So, let's see. What do we got? Topic. Actually, Sophie, you and I were talking. I even had an interesting conversation the other day with someone that said, it's getting cold. Are you going to put shoes on? No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Nope.
Why would I do that?
And, we did lose a little bit of time to get our message out there when it comes to transitioning into the colder weather. And around this time of year, I love to share stuff like that with our listeners because some of you may be doing it for the first time. Maybe you've just been going barefoot. You started this summer or in the spring, and the weather's getting cold, and you're sitting there wondering. I see your posts, I see comments and messages all over the place, and it's starting to get cold. I'm really bummed out. I may have to start wearing shoes. Well, maybe you may have to, if you choose to. Shoes are tools. That's fine. You can wear shoes. We're not going to say you're not barefoot enough. It's okay. You do what your body can do. So, I always look at this time of year as just like the spring when the weather starts getting warmer. It's your body's going to adapt to the hotter temperatures. Now that it's starting to cool off, your body's going to start adapting to the cooler temperatures. And for the most part, use your own judgment. And Sophie, I don't know if you have any tips on that you want to share.
I sure, yeah. You know your own body best. And you know what you like. You know what you're comfortable with.
Yep.
And this is all about choice here. This is, you having the right to your opinion, and everybody else has a right to their opinion, but they do not have a right to yours. So this is about the individual, all the listeners out there. This is about you and what you want to do. If you want to never wear shoes, then you do that. If that's what makes you happy, this is what it's all about. It's all about learning what you want and what your body wants and what is good for you and what
Exactly.
makes you happy, and being able to pursue that without other people telling you that you cannot do that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they think that that's what they're supposed to say to you. And yeah, I mean, it's, the change in seasons. It's getting cooler out. Me, like you, I'm barefoot all the time. I don't even know where my boots are. I do have one pair of boots, and I think they're still downstairs in the shoe dungeon. I have a shoe dungeon in a closet downstairs. And that's where all miscellaneous, heavy winter coats and everything are. And I think that's where my boots are. I probably won't even dig those out until it is dangerous, treacherous traveling weather.
Yeah.
And I throw them in the truck when I'm traveling. Yep, during dangerous traveling weather. They're great to have just for in case I am stuck out in the middle of nowhere in 12 feet of snow in below zero temperatures for a week. And, yep, they are there. I don't remember the last time I put them on, though.
I for many years, I didn't even know that I had a pair of flip-flops in my trunk. Until I sold the car and I was checking to make sure the spare tire and everything was there. I think I may have told this story. We were talking about getting your car ready for winter on one of the Prepper episodes on Are You Ready before this. I think it was earlier this year. And I said, yeah, I think it was in the spring. We were talking about, just certain things that you can do that, like check the air in your tires and also check the spare tire. Make sure that everything is still in there. So, and I sold a car years ago, many years ago, actually, and I realized that in the trunk, for probably the whole time I had the car, there was a pair of flip-flops riding around underneath the little flap where the spare tire was in the trunk. Didn't even realize it.
Didn't even know.
Didn't even know. Never needed them. And,
that's too funny.
Now, Sophie, you're a survivalist. You're a prepper. We do this show. We do the Are You Ready show before this. You should know how to make a shelter in fire before you put shoes on. I don't know where the priorities are. Right. I don't know where the priorities are.
Well, I mean, you know me, I have that stuff in the car, too.
Okay, we got that. I'm like, that would be the very last thing I would ever do.
Exactly.
So, yeah, a lot of great stories and experience and wisdom that we want to share with you. I never needed it. I don't even have anything to put on my feet, even if I did need it anymore. And I got a buddy of mine, he busts my chops a lot. He goes, we're training and we're doing this and the other. I don't know, when the real fit hits the shan situation, are you really going to be able to run without shoes? I said, yeah, if I really have to run, I'll run. I'm not a runner.
I run better without shoes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's a whole different way of running, and you have so many other organizations out there. There's the Barefoot Running Movement. There's all kinds of groups and pages on Facebook, people. Go explore it. If it's something you're interested in, go check it out. There's the Barefoot Runners Society or Association. There's the Running Barefoot. You can search so many YouTube videos of people that have been doing this. There are books about it. Born to Run, I think, is one of them. If you're interested in that whole part of getting into the barefoot running, it's amazing how you learn how to run the right way, the way people have been running for many centuries before fancy running shoes came out. Yeah. So definitely check out some of those groups. Talk to some of those folks. Join those groups. Go out there. And if you really want to do your research and get into it, you definitely want to try to get into one of those groups and talk to those folks. Anyway, do we have any objections that you normally hear? Because I think some of our listeners, we can do like a quick "What's the problem?" type segment if you want.
Yeah. I think the one that everybody has heard is, excuse me.
Okay.
You can't be in here without shoes.
Because of. Okay, so yeah, here. Let's do the What's the Problem segment. We got a little clip we're going to run for that. So here we go.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have any shoes?
Slowly I turn, step by step, one barefoot step at a time.
What's the problem? So, the objection is, I don't know if you can hear the clips, but it did use the excuse me line in there. That goes up everybody's spine. You just want to turn around. And just like, what's the problem? So, we could do a quick role play if you want. Do you want me to throw it out there and you do the rebuttal, or do you want to throw it out there and I'll do the rebuttal? You pick. What side do you want to be?
Oh, gosh. Flip a coin. Heads.
Heads. Okay. Which is which now?
Well, if I'm heads and you're tails, I guess that's feet. So I guess I am the lady behind the counter.
Okay.
And you are walking into the store.
Okay. Derby, Scooby Doo. I'm walking in the store barefoot. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
You can't be in here without shoes.
Why?
Well, because it's a rule. You have to either leave or put shoes on.
Oh, no, actually there is a rule. It's actually in the laws. I'm barefoot because of a medical reason, or I'm barefoot for a religious reason, and there are laws to protect that.
Oh, well, I don't know anything about that, but
I'd be
there's
happy
a
to
sign
show
on
you.
the door.
Yeah, those signs shouldn't be up there anymore. Here, I'd be happy to show you the law if you want to see it.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. I'm going to have to go get my manager.
Yeah, I don't want you to get in trouble by doing
policy.
something. Exactly, I just talk right over him. I'm like, yeah, I don't want you to get in trouble by doing something illegal. So if you want, yeah, so I thought you were a manager. I didn't know that you made rules. So is your manager available? Because I'd like to talk to them.
Yeah, just a second.
I'm just going to walk away and keep doing my shopping and let them find me. And they're too lazy and they're not going to do anything about it and they're just going to leave me alone. Birdie, scooby, derby, and off I go.
But here I am. I'm the manager, and I'm chasing you down because this is now a big deal. This is now a big deal.
Oh, okay. We got.
Yeah, you're in here without shoes. I can't have that in my store. What if you step on something and hurt yourself?
Okay, now are we in a mom and pop store, or are we in like a big chain?
It's probably a chain.
Okay. We'll go for a chain. Oh, this is your store. No, actually, this is part my store too. I own shares in your company.
Oh.
So first of all, we don't talk to customers that way. I own part of your company. Technically, you represent my investment that I made into your company. And I would hate at the next board of directors meeting to bring this up and you no longer have a job. So, as I was explaining to the other person, the law protects my rights to be barefoot in your establishment. You're a place of public accommodation. You're also a public company that trades publicly. I own you.
Okay.
Now, since you work for me, if you have a sign up, which you don't have a sign up, the lady thinks you do, that it shouldn't be up, even if there is one. Okay? That needs to come down. We do not talk to customers this way. So you need to retrain your employees so that they understand how to address and approach customers. And then I go into the whole training thing. I go into the whole, it's when you tell them that you own their company, they either think that you're crazy. Now you have to do this the right way. If you just say, no, I'm the boss, I'm the owner, then they look at you like you're a little wacky. But there is a certain way of doing it. And a public company, it's like, actually, I own shares in your company. Technically, this is part of my company, too. You don't own it. I do.
Mm-hmm. I
own a portion of it. So this is what I expect from my employees. And I go into the training part. Then they're just like, they don't know what to make of it. And of course, it all depends on, I talk a lot about like being able to read someone, being able to know when, where they are, where they fit, what their intellectual level is, Because sometimes you may have to dull things down. When you're talking to someone that just has the keys to the celery and is on a power trip and they're overzealous, then you may not get that far with them.
Yeah.
So you do have to dull it down sometimes. But yeah, that's how I would deal with it.
That was pretty good, though.
In that instance, I'm one of those. I shut them down right away. It's like, I'm not going to talk to a brick wall. They're just going to keep hitting their heads into a brick wall with me. But yeah. Well, we made it through the first half hour. You know what that means? We got to pay bills.
Yep.
Yeah, we got some bills to pay. Good one, Sophie. I like that one. They have a rule. Well, first of all, the person...
I tried to be tough.
Yeah, you try.
You were tougher.
You are. See, this is why we have such a great contrast. I'm going to batter this into your head no matter what. And you're more the peaceful, loving, laid back, nice thing. Our listeners are going to get a lot from us, and both sides too. Maybe we'll play that one again. We'll reverse the roles. I'll be heads next time. But of course, we got to pay the bills first. Until the bills are paid, people are going to keep hearing commercials. And so check us out on our chat room. Thanks everybody for chatting with us. We appreciate it. And thank you everybody who's tuned in so far. I don't know. I think we have some frequent callers that may be calling in soon too. So our actual switchboard's not quite 100%. So I hope this works. We'll be right back. You're listening to Barefoot United with Nick and Sophie. When a disaster happens, are you ready? Do you have the supplies you need to keep you and your family safe and survive? The Zombie Outpost store in Wilmington, Ohio, at Cedar Creek Flea Market stocks quality gear you need to be ready for the next emergency or even a camping trip. Visit ZombieOutpostStore.com for location and hours. Check out our assortment of essentials you need when the next disaster happens. Go to ZombieOutpostStore.com. Get 10% off at checkout when you mention Barefoot United Radio. Be ready and be prepared.
In this digital society, making connections is quickly becoming a lost art form. Yet, if you are a small business owner, building your network is the only way you can get ahead. Can these skills be learned? You bet they can. Read Nose to Nose Networking. No nonsense, in-person networking tips from a master. Who's the master? Well, who better to teach networking and friend-building skills than a golden retriever? The author, Melanie Hope, takes the antics of Abigail and translates them into the human experience. Through Abby, you will learn how to set your intention, build a network, and get into and out of conversations with grace. If you love the Dog Abby segments on Counterculture-Wise Radio, you will love Nose to Nose Networking even more. Find it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble in hard copy, Kindle, and Nook. Visit counterculturewise.com for direct links.
We have so much inflammation in the body, and it comes out in illnesses. We go to a doctor with all these complaints, but a lot of it is silent inflammation. So, how do we reduce inflammation? In simple terms, grounding is literally putting your bare feet on the ground. When you do that, you're in contact with the earth, and Mother Earth is endowed with electrons, and these electrons are literally absorbed through your feet. It's like taking handfuls of antioxidants.
You could take anybody who has chronic pain. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter what's wrong. And ground them, and you're going to have a significant reduction in pain.
If you can impact inflammation and, squelch it, kill it, stop it, we're going to be healthier beings.
The information is provided for general informational purposes only. The contents are not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Ground Therapy Incorporated makes no representations about the efficiency, appropriateness, or suitability of any specific tests, procedures, treatments, services, opinions, healthcare providers, or other information that may be contained in or available through the information provided.
Greetings and salutations, Counterculture-Wise listeners. This is Maximilian von Riegelbieser inviting you and yours to listen to me and mine. Join me, my sisters Abby and Fritzy, and my weekly guests, my father Jim and Mumsy Melanie, for Counterculture-Wise.
Max, it's not your show!
And we're not your guests, Max. We're the hosts. You may want to rein it in a little bit, buddy. Very well. Tune in every Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific at counterculturewise.com for our amazing live variety show. You can even chat with us. If you ask me, though, it should be called Counterculture Max.
Counterculture Wise! Radio with heart in mind.
You never know when an emergency is going to happen. Whether stuck on the road, riding out a power outage, escaping a natural disaster, or surviving a doomsday apocalypse, what would you do? Disaster can strike at any time. Join hosts Nick Pierce and Sophie Prince for NP Media's exclusive prepping and survival program, Are You Ready? Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Listen to Are You Ready? And be prepared.
Got a spare tire around that waist? Is your muffin top over the top? Do you binge eat uncontrollably? We are the government and we are here to help you. Here at our free FEMA weight loss camp, we have numerous ways to help you shed those unsightly, unwanted pounds. FEMA, or Fatties Eating Mitigated, automatically has a communist-style weight loss czar that specializes in centralized weight loss planning and communal extended fasting programs to shed that fat away in no time. Skin and boned means extra toned is the motto. Just remember, there is no way you can do it on your own. We will forcefully assist you into compliance. Failure is not an option in this utopian wonderland. How fantastic. Typical workout regimes include digging ditches and restocking them with dirt, building railways and more. Get life skills while you get lean. How do you join? Simple. Recite the Constitution in a public commons, or violate the Patriot Act that includes simple misdemeanors. It's really that easy to get your own fenced-in slice of Americana. Stop being a fatty. The state is your daddy.
Your beauty took my breath away in all day. Your company was so relaxing, easygoing ways. We saw the first signs of summer and springtime change. Walking barefoot along the sand, I hadn't planned to stay. Yeah, we've been walking barefoot all summer. It'll be sad, my friend, to see you come to an end. Why can't we just quit?
We're back. Welcome back to Barefoot United Radio. I'm your host, Nick Pierce. With me, my co-host, Sophie Prince. Our live chat room is going, so make sure you interact with us there. Just click on that live chat bubble there if you're listening on this platform. And also, our phone line will be open at some point. There's a patch that's not interfacing right into the main streaming studio. So you will call, no one will hear you. You will hear me only, and we will not be able to hear you. But we are going to have that fixed soon, hopefully. So, well, I didn't see any suitcase full of money outside the door here in the studio, so I guess we're just going to have another commercial break probably in the next 25 minutes. Got to keep the bills paid. Well, welcome back, everyone. Another great, we got a lot of great content for you. And, of course, the first maiden voyage of the Barefoot United program. Coming up this segment, we have Shoes in the News. We have a nice sketch for you called How We Handle Them. And, of course, coming up later on after the second break, Sophie has her special Motivation for Your Souls segment that she's going to be doing, where she's going to inspire you and be all warm and fuzzy. So, she's the warm and fuzzy one, folks. I'm not. So, welcome back, everyone. So, let's see. Transitioning into the colder temperatures now. It's really a matter of your body adapting. And make sure that you pay attention to your body. I know, Sophie, you had some other tips that you wanted to share there.
Oh, yeah. It's really easy if you just take a little bit of walk outside every single day. If you're not a full-time barefooter, just taking a morning walk. I'm real big on my morning walk. I love my morning walks. I walk, and I carry my coffee with me, and I think, and I look around, and just let all my senses take everything in. And it's what gives me my best start to every day.
Yeah,
it helps me focus.
That's a good idea, doing that, because then you have that constant exposure. It's not real intense. I mean, even if it's a short walk, maybe if you have a long driveway just to get your mail or something, or even just around the block.
Yep.
Just to keep yourself exposed, get your body's tolerance and resilience built up so you can transition into those colder temperatures. And folks, if you're going to start going barefoot for the first time, winter's not necessarily the best time to do it. Try it. Maybe you'll be one of those extreme snow barefooters. I think we call each other barefooters. Really members of the barefoot community. But it's kind of like the slang we get to call ourselves, barefooters. I've been rebranding that one for years. We live the barefoot lifestyle. We are members of the barefoot community. It feels like we're protected.
Yeah.
So, but we have you want to hit some shoes in the news? I'll play the clip and we'll see what we have in the news.
Yeah.
When it comes to folks now, you always hear, like, anytime there's, of course, someone did something barefoot or something, and it's like, oh, if they were barefoot and they committed a crime, oh, well then, of course they report, oh, this barefoot guy, this barefoot girl, this barefoot, oh, blah. It really makes it sound real bad. So we have a nice little twist on that one, and we call this one Shoes in the News. Let me just find our clip here, and here we go. Welcome to a special edition of Shoes in the News. All right, Shoes in the News. Here we go. I got a story here. And then we can just kind of share what we've come up with. A California man arrives at police station wearing shoes with a body in his car. He said he killed 4 people. Yep. 4 people. Showed up at a police station wearing shoes with a body in his car. The shod Northern California man has been arrested on suspicion of killing 4 people after he showed up wearing shoes at a police station with a body in his car. Authorities in Mount Shasta say Shankar Hangog, 53, walked into the lobby of the police department Monday afternoon wearing shoes on his feet and told officers he had killed 4 people at his apartment in Roseville. Roseville was about 200 miles away. Well, one of the possible victims was was in the shod man's car, police say. Roseville police went to the shoe-wearing suspect's apartment and found 3 more bodies. Search warrants are being obtained for both scenes in Roseville and Mount Shasta. Police did blah, 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 blah. Yep, USA Today story. That was from October 15th. So, you got one, Sophie?
Yeah, actually, I did. I saw one. It was actually a bunch of girls that went to a homecoming, and they wound up removing their high heels in support of another classmate. And this was more of a heartwarming story. Yours, that was
I thought you were saving this one for the end
scandalous.
there. I thought you were saving this for
I
your...
was.
But this is a good story. Please share it if you want.
This is absolutely, because it can tie right into what we're going to plan later.
Okay.
Bring it up here, because I just couldn't get over this. Homecoming queen candidates ditch high heels to show support for an epileptic classmate.
That's nice.
Yeah, this was in South Carolina. No shoes, no problem. A group of South Carolina high school students competing for Homecoming Queen recently ditched their heels in show of support for a fellow contender. Natalie Deal, she's a 19-year-old student at Strom Thurmond High School in Johnston, was supposed to walk during a football game last Friday along with the other candidates, but she suffered a seizure. And she has epilepsy, and she has Down syndrome. She had somewhat recovered by the time the girls were supposed to hit the field, but she told her classmates that she still felt uneasy wearing her heels. And and these girls were all decked out. They were all Miss America pageant contested gowns. They were, just dolled up to the max. And, but, so, a lot of people, they would think, oh no, will my heels go with my dress, right? Not these girls. Instead of giving her the oddball out, every single girl on the homecoming court took their shoes off too. And just the inclusion and the love will never be matched, is according to this girl's sister. It just made such a big difference. And the trend went beyond just the girls competing for Homecoming Queen. Not even the homecoming elect from the year before who was crowning was wearing shoes. Every single person there took their shoes off in support of this one girl. And the night only got better for her when she was officially crowned Homecoming Queen in front of her peers.
Wow.
I know. That story just blew me away. Honestly, I couldn't hold it in any longer.
Wow.
Just the way that everybody took their shoes off in support of this one girl. Just to make her happy.
That is amazing.
That is what it's all about.
Wow. And I think, did you send me a link to that story?
I will. Yeah, I sure will.
Yeah, send me the link. I'm going to put it in the chat room.
Okay. Yeah.
So that our listeners can hear or can see the story. Oh, I did find it. Homecoming Queen. I got it. Yeah. From Fox 32 Chicago. Yep. Yeah. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and get that posted now for you.
Thank you, doll.
And this way our listeners can see that. And that's it right there.
Oh, I love that story. I love that story with all my heart.
Yeah, that's great. That is amazing.
My head to the bottom of my bare toes. I love that story.
So we that's a great story. Wow. That's amazing that they did it. That they did that for her. Yeah. And they all just kind of rallied behind her. That now that's unity. That's coming together. And that's what we really try to do on this program as well, is kind of drag everybody in. But wow. Thanks, Christopher from Negligent Report. He's sharing that on his page too. I posted the link in the chat room. So thanks for doing that, man. That's really cool of you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Shout out to Chris.
Shout out to Chris. He's in the chat room. He's been hanging on to every word that you say for 2 shows now. Which actually, he may actually start a show on the NP Media Group Network now. That we launched these 2 shows off of. And I'm very excited. We're going to be talking about that in the upcoming week. Him and I are going to have some conversations and get him on here. And I guess we're kind of starting to rebuild a radio network, is what it really seems to be. So, and even our good friends over at Counterculture Wise, you hear their commercials during our breaks. We're glad that they're advertising on our show. It's actually their free spot because in reciprocation, we advertise on their show. So we're very excited that we have a nice open forum, and we have a lot of, I guess you could say, reciprocity going on between 2 former shows, 3 now on a previous platform. So, which I do have, if Melanie and Jim are listening, and I don't know if you want to cover Abby's ears. I don't want to give away the surprise. There is a box. I found a bag of tennis balls that I'm sending your way. So, Abby is going to be really happy. I spent a lot of time in Vegas out there in between meetings, outside having a cigarette by the pool. Melanie and Jim are such gracious hosts. They are amazing because it's great people. And Abby, Max, and Fritzy. Magic and Fritzy have a thing, and Max, if you ever listen to the Counterculture Wise show, you just go to counterculturewise.com. Amazing show, radio with heart and mind, as they say, and there really is a lot of heart, and they do a lot, put a lot into their show, and I was glad to meet up with them, and they were such great hosts, and I enjoyed playing with Abby. I played a lot of tennis balls, throwing them in the pool for Abby for her to get. And Walks with Abby. So make sure if you go on Periscope, also go there and check out their show. They're also 2 great, amazing members of the Barefoot community, too. So you want to make sure that you support them. So make sure you tune into their show. They're on Sunday nights. It's 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. So check out their website. What do we got? Oh, we got some time for a quick... a couple more stories. I'm sorry. We're in the middle of shoes in the news. We're not doing commercials yet. but yeah, check back with NP Media. NickPierceMedia.com is pretty much the new home for all the programming now, except for Counterculture Wise. They have their own platform. Well, they're on the same platform we are, but different way to get to them. But I may put a link to their show up there. Why not? We'll include them in our little family, our new little radio family. Shoes in the news. 2 sought in fatal shooting of a man in downtown L.A. Monday, October 24th. Story was released downtown Los Angeles. KABC. According to them, they're the ones that broke the story. 2 shod suspects are sought in the fatal shooting of a man near Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles Saturday night, police said. The shooting occurred at approximately 9:45 p.m. near Francisco Street and James M. Woods Boulevard, which we don't care where it was. Just don't go there. Okay, I guess now we do care. 2 men wearing shoes approached a man sitting in a vehicle when one of the shot suspects fired multiple rounds from a handgun at the victim. Police said both shoe-wearing suspects fled the scene in a vehicle, and they're still looking for him. Let's see. I'll throw one more story out there so we can move on to the next segment if you want. How's that sound? Okay. Middletown, Ohio. Middletown police were dispatched to Michael Stewart II's residence Saturday night after a female caller told dispatch that her 35-year-old man was dead. Okay. Cameron Scott Kyles, 18, and wearing shoes, was charged Sunday afternoon with aggravated murder and aggravated robbery for the shooting death of Stewart. Bond was set at $1 million, blah, 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 blah. After conducting an interview and receiving information from witnesses, they learned that Kyles had shoes on his feet and was allegedly going to Stewart's house for robbery of money and marijuana. 16-year-old girl fatally stabbed in an exposition park, 2 arrested wearing shoes. I guess those are two different stories. Anyway, but there you go, folks. That was Shoes in the News. All right. I like how we like to twist that around. People talked about people, it's like, oh, the barefoot bank robber. Or so-and-so mother had a barefoot child out on the street. Child Services was called because their children were barefoot. You know what, folks? More people are committing more violent crimes wearing shoes than they are barefoot. I know it's a stretch. But it's fun.
But it just goes to show how silly it is to point out that people do bad things barefoot. When in the news, it's silly that they point out that they're barefoot.
Exactly. They make it look like we are the biggest bunch of thieves, criminals, robbers, murderers, whatever. They always have to throw that in there. Oh, barefoot man arrested. For public intoxication, or mother wasn't wearing shoes with child, and blah blah blah. It's like whatever. Shut up. What's your problem?
They never comment about guy wearing this type of shoes. Hiking boots. Guy wearing hiking boots robs the store.
Exactly. They never say that. So. But yet they like to rub it in when someone is barefoot. Real quick, before I break, should we throw out a How We Handle Them sketch?
Sure.
These are some classics. I love these. This is pretty much that feeling you get when the shivers go down your spine. When you hear that, excuse me. Well, this is pretty much the monologue that pretty much goes on in most of our minds. And actually, some of these are based on true stories and how I have handled certain situations. So take a listen to this one. You'll like it, I hope. If not, then you can just turn your computer off and just go to bed. But you can, hopefully you like it. I mean, we work really hard doing this show.
And now it's time to play How Do We Handle Them?
Excuse me. My manager wants me to tell you that you should have shoes on in case you get injured.
Oh. Well, good thing your manager is not an EMT or works in an emergency room. You do not use shoes to treat injuries. I hope he's not in charge of the first aid kit in front of the store. I could just imagine if one of your employees got a cut and need a Band-Aid, he would probably put tap shoes on your finger. I'm so sorry your boss is such an idiot. Must be hard working for someone like that. Tell your manager I'm barefoot for medical and safety reasons. And if your manager wants to put down his stethoscope and pretend to be a lawyer now, he can come talk to me. He's more than welcome to.
I know. I'm an idiot. Have a good day.
Well, I guess she told the manager I gave her a headache, and the manager reached into his magic first aid kit and told her to take 2 flip-flops 3 times a day for the next 10 days and call him in the morning. And there you have it, the magic first aid kit of a store. Take 2 flip-flops for 3 days and call me in the morning. That was I think it was the shoes in the first aid kit or something. How we handle them, Sophie? Because I know it's, you can't hear the audio clips on your end. We're, little by little, we're developing this whole thing. But we're not going to have another week go by without our message being heard. So we do have some, technical things we got to go through. But yeah, I'm just glad that we're here with you. That's really what counts.
We are.
So
thank you to everybody for spending this Friday night with us.
See, they tune into us. We keep them out of trouble. We tell them how to get out of trouble. See?
That's great.
It's a great formula.
Yeah.
So that is perfect. So anyway, back on topic. What do you have? Anything you want to share before we come up to the last break?
Anything I want to share from last night? Yeah. Just we were talking about the changes of seasons.
Yeah.
And I don't recommend starting out in the wintertime, but just think about whenever you were a kid and that first snowfall. And to me, there was nothing more fun than stepping out onto the porch and wiggling my toes in the fresh snow.
That is an amazing
it felt
feeling.
so good. It was just so fun. And honestly, in my opinion, I don't feel like that there's any harm in that. I really don't. Now if you're just going to go out there and wiggle them in the snow and come right back in, I don't see how you're going to get frostbite in 30 seconds.
No, you don't. I've been out for about an hour or two shoveling snow, barefoot. In fact, I have an elderly neighbor, and I go over there in the snow and shovel, because I'm normally up really late. My day ends midnight is like my 5 o'clock pretty much. If you work a 9 to 5 job, you get home, and then you're winding down for a couple hours. So for me, I'm on a 24-hour schedule anyway. I mean, for me, it's just my hours are so random. We'll sit there talking till 4 o'clock in the morning. You'll see me posting at 8 o'clock in the morning on Facebook. It's that's my scheduled social media time. And then everything's just kind of timed to get released later on or something like that. The normal hour.
I think we sleep 2 or 3 hours a day.
We do, yeah. I think that's why we get so much collaboration done off air. By the time we sit down for an hour and a half or 3 hours now, it's just we're just remember what we were talking about 5 minutes ago? Yeah, we're just going to do that on the radio. It's it's just conversation. I think that's why you are so good and we work together so well. I think it's just one of those things. But guess what? We got to pay a bill. Actually, we got 4 bills to pay. And we have our wonderful sponsors that do it for us. So we'll be right back. You'll listen to Barefoot United here on the MP Media Group Network. And don't forget to check out our other shows. Are You Ready? Check out our other friends of the network at counterculturewise.com. Listen to their shows. Check out our social media. Barefoot United all over the place. So stick around. We'll be right back. When a disaster happens, are you ready? Do you have the supplies you need to keep you and your family safe and survive? The Zombie Outpost store in Wilmington, Ohio, at Cedar Creek Flea Market, stocks quality gear you need to be ready for the next emergency or even a camping trip. Visit zombieoutpoststore.com for location and hours. Check out our assortment of essentials you need when the next disaster happens. Go to zombieoutpoststore.com. Get 10% off at checkout when you mention Barefoot United Radio. Be ready and be prepared.
In this digital society, making connections is quickly becoming a lost art form. Yet, if you are a small business owner, building your network is the only way you can get ahead. Can these skills be learned? You bet they can. Read Nose to Nose Networking. No nonsense, in-person networking tips from a master. Who's the master? Well, who better to teach networking and friend-building skills than a golden retriever? The author, Melanie Hope, takes the antics of Abigail and translates them into the human experience. Through Abby, you will learn how to set your intention, build a network, and get into and out of conversations with grace. If you love the Dog Abby segments on Counterculture-Wise Radio, you will love Nose to Nose Networking even more. Find it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. in hard copy, Kindle, and Nook. Visit counterculturewise.com for direct links.
We have so much inflammation in the body, and it comes out in illnesses. We go to a doctor with all these complaints, but a lot of it is silent inflammation. So, how do we reduce inflammation? In simple terms, grounding is literally putting your bare feet on the ground. When you do that, you're in contact with the earth, and Mother Earth is endowed with electrons, and these electrons are literally absorbed through your feet. It's like taking handfuls of antioxidants.
You could take anybody who has chronic pain. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter what's wrong. And ground them, and you're going to have a significant reduction in pain.
If you can impact inflammation and, squelch it, kill it, stop it, we're going to be healthier beings.
The information is provided for general informational purposes only. The contents are not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Ground Therapy Incorporated makes no representations about the efficiency, appropriateness, or suitability of any specific tests, procedures, treatments, services, opinions, healthcare providers, or other information that may be contained in or available through the information provided.
Greetings and salutations, Counterculture-Wise listeners. This is Maximilian von Riegelbieser inviting you and yours to listen to me and mine. Join me, my sisters Abby and Fritzy, and my weekly guests, my father Jim and Mumsy Melanie, for Counterculture-Wise.
Max, it's not your show.
And we're not your guests, Max. We're the hosts. You may want to rein it in a little bit, buddy. Very well. Tune in every Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific at counterculturewise.com for our amazing live variety show. You can even chat with us. If you ask me, though, it should be called Counterculture Max.
Counterculture Wise. Radio with heart and mind.
You never know when an emergency is going to happen. Whether stuck on the road, riding out a power outage, escaping a natural disaster, or surviving a doomsday apocalypse, what would you do? Disaster can strike at any time. Join hosts Nick Pierce and Sophie Prince for NP Media's exclusive prepping and survival program, Are You Ready? Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Listen to Are You Ready? And be prepared.
Got a spare tire around that waist? Is your muffin top over the top? Do you binge eat uncontrollably? We are the government and we are here to help you. Here at our free FEMA weight loss camp, we have numerous ways to help you shed those unsightly, unwanted pounds. FEMA, or Fatties Eating Mitigated, automatically has a communist-style weight loss czar that specializes in centralized weight loss planning and communal extended fasting programs to shed that fat away in no time. Skin and boned means extra tone is the motto. Just remember, there is no way you can do it on your own. We will forcefully assist you into compliance. Failure is not an option in this utopian wonderland. How fantastic. Typical workout regimes include digging ditches and restocking them with dirt, building railways and more. Get life skills while you get lean. How do you join? Simple. Recite the Constitution in a public commons, or violate the Patriot Act that includes simple misdemeanors. It's really that easy to get your own fenced-in slice of Americana. Stop being a fatty. The state is your daddy.
No shoes, no shirt, no problem. Blues, what blues? Hey, I forgot 'em. The sun and the sand,
And we're back.
in my hand.
There we go. Welcome back to Barefoot United. You're on, you're listening to us on this Friday night with Nick and Sophie. I'm Nick, obviously. The other female voice you hear is Sophie. it was the other way around, it would kind of be weird. So, yeah, Barefoot United. Make sure you check us out. We got a lot of great content coming up for you as well. Join our live chat if you're not in there yet. Also, check out our social media. We have our Facebook page, Barefoot United. We have our Instagram, Barefoot United Official. And yeah, we're on Twitter too. I don't tweet much. I eat like a bird, but I don't tweet. So, yeah, welcome back, everyone. So, back on topic though. Before we run out of time, because we always run out of time. I mean, we always get to like close to an end of a show, and the next thing you know, you're like, wow, I wanted to say 1,000 other things. It's like, yeah, so do I. We do have another sketch coming up for you before we leave you. And also, we also have, what is it? Yeah, Motivation for Your Souls. Special segment by Sophie. She's going to be bringing to you the nice feel-good moments, which we need. She keeps me in check. She keeps me under control. I haven't given birth to a lot of farm animals on the air yet. That is true. Yeah, but I haven't freaked out yet. Now, you get a good caller on the line that wants to try to, push my buttons. I toss them off the airwaves. And that's when I start giving birth to live farm animals. Or when I go on a long rant about a store employee. Then the next thing you know, it's the sound clip comes through and it's just yeah. So yes, that's a giving birth to live farm animals.
And we don't want that.
No. No. We got to keep our callers under control when they do get through. So, but if they do manage to make it through the screening and they end up on the air and they start acting out, we just got to, keep them in place.
Yeah.
So we do have one clip that we can throw out there now if you'd like. Shoeless Pharmaceuticals from Offers Industries. If you're not familiar with Frank Offers, they're the anti-shoe. He's a pitch man. He's an out-of-control guy. Typically, he gets out of bed, and we think that he drinks a lot of Monster Energy drink. Maybe about 6 or 7 of them before he tries to pitch anything. If you go to YouTube and you look up anti-shoe infomercial, you'll see Pitchman Frank Offers selling anti-shoes. He doesn't make a lot of money doing it. Yeah, he doesn't make a lot of money doing it at all. So he decided to get into the pharmaceutical business. And he came up with a new thing called Shoeless. So I was thinking about maybe throwing that one out there for our listeners, especially if you're joining us for the first time. Shoeless Pharmaceuticals from Offers Industries. So I'm going to throw that one out there real quick.
Yeah.
My toes itch. My back is in pain. My feet smell. Well, I suffer from knee and hip pain.
If you suffer from any of those symptoms, Shoeless is a natural foot remedy to treat most symptoms of pain, infection, and other ailments caused by shoes. Shoeless can be applied simply by removing whatever is on your feet. Shoeless is a non-prescription solution to most foot problems that are caused by wearing shoes. In most cases, when using Shoeless, it does not impair your ability to operate a vehicle, walk, run, shop, jump, play, move, dance, sing, flip, or other human activities. Those using Shoeless have reported feeling happy, less pain, better mood, and have a better sense of health and freedom. Other benefits also include eliminating athlete's foot odor, fungus, and other forms of bacteria known to have been caused by shoes.
Some users of Shoeless may be told that it's against the law. Ask your doctor for a note when using Shoeless. Other side effects include a higher sense of awareness and in your surroundings. Do not use Shoeless if you are standing in a pit of fire. Using Shoeless may not increase your chances of flying or winning the lottery. However, some users have reported having higher self-esteem and positive attitudes, as well as more confidence. Shoeless is best when used all the time. Use caution when using Shoeless until your body adapts. Shoeless has also been proven to increase learning, attention, help fight depression, and ease effects of autism. Feel free to ask your doctor how Shoeless can benefit you. For more information about Shoeless and its benefits, visit barefootunited.org. Yeah, and there you have it. Shoeless Pharmaceuticals from Frank Offers Industries, the Pitchman. So, that was one of his more mellow ones. So, yeah. Oh, so going back to transitioning into the season and all that. Yeah. So, keeping your core body temperature up is very important. It'll keep the blood flowing to your toes. Same thing with your fingers, too. That's another thing. Eating a meal before you leave the home, your home, or, dressing in layers is another important thing. It all keeps the blood, because your blood wants to naturally go to your internal organs to keep them most protected. Your skin is an external organ, folks. All the internal organs are also very important. So your body wants to keep as much blood flow going there to keep them warm and functioning and all that when it's extremely cold. And that's why you end up, with the numbness and everything else going on in your fingers and your toes. Well, if you wear layers so that your internal organs are protected, then it's going to allow the blood to flow down to your toes. And your feet will actually stay warm. The other thing is also when you wear flip-flops or sandals or any shoe, rubber is actually not a good insulator when it comes to cold. So your feet are actually getting a lot colder. Being in contact with the surface, you'll notice that walking in snow, the snow will melt around you if your body temperature is regulated properly. So I don't know if anybody ever noticed that. Try it. You'll be amazed at how warm your feet are versus putting on flip-flops or even shoes. And when you are wearing shoes, your feet perspire. They sweat. So wet feet in cold temperatures are cold, wet feet. And not good for you either.
No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
I hear a lot of people, they say that wool socks are really good for people who, have poor circulation or, neuropathy problems, problems with their feet in the cold weather.
Maybe.
I saw a lot of people said that they really liked wool socks.
I
personally, I can't stand the
I don't look at them
feel
as
of
antimicrobial in any way. So I think that they could actually trap a lot of foot disease, germs, bacteria, fungus, and all that grows in shoes. I don't see them as helping that.
Yeah. I can't stand socks.
I can't either.
They
I can't
hurt
stand
my
anything
feet.
on my feet. Nothing has been on my feet in years.
Yeah.
Now, the security guard out in the hallway, he just sent me a message. Frank is by the door. He wants to come in. Frank Offers.
Oh.
I told him to keep him there. I'll be done on the radio in a little bit. I can't imagine. It seems like we say his name, it's like Kazoo from the Flintstones. He heard us talking about him, the next thing you know, he probably drove like Mach 20 to get here.
Wow.
Yeah. And I don't have an intern in the studio tonight to set up a microphone for him.
He's just going to have to wait.
He may have to wait. I'm worried. Frank Offers. I don't know what he's going to try to sell. If he probably is just going to come in here, barge right through the door, and take the mic and just do it.
And that's why we have
knowing
security
him, yes.
folks. Yeah, knowing him. Yeah,
that's very possible.
Yeah, very high-strung pitch man. So maybe he just stopped by because it was the first show. I don't know, the first Barefoot United show. We never know, but we'll see how long security can keep him occupied.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rubik's Cube didn't work last time he visited.
The Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. Security gave him a Rubik's Cube to play with in a puzzle.
Oh,
that
I
thing was mangled.
Thing.
Yeah, that was mangled. He was sitting there for a good maybe 45 minutes trying to sell security stickers for the Rubik's Cube. So you don't even have to move it.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, he's out of control, this guy. Frank offers. Yeah, you got to look it up on YouTube, the anti-shoe infomercial.
Oh, he's great.
Frank
I've
offers.
seen it.
He's classic. Yeah, I know. You never know.
You never know.
Yep. So, but yeah, going back to our topic at hand. Now I'm just worried.
Mm-hmm.
I hear his music playing. He's on his way down the hallway.
Oh no.
Yeah, there goes. You got a problem.
Oh boy.
Oh my God, Nick! I'm so glad I'm here. You have a headset for me? Frank offers. Whoa, wait a minute, buddy. Yeah, okay, you can sit down in the studio. Okay, hold on. Yep, get you. Grab that mic over there. Oh my God, it's so good to see you! Yeah, okay. Thanks for joining us, Frank. You gotta calm down, though. How many monsters did you have today? Oh my God, Nick! I've been thinking about this whole sock thing the whole time, and I have a great way to get rid of all the sweat on your feet. Frank, say hi to Sophie and our new listeners. We're on a new platform. This is really not a good time. I gotta be honest with you, man. We don't want this now. I didn't even know we had your music still in the queue on this new platform. Oh, well, I want to tell you about a really great concept to keep sweat off your feet. Okay, ready? Yeah, I'm ready, Frank. Okay.
I'm ready.
Oh, is that Sophie?
Hi, Frank.
Hi, Sophie Prince. I've been listening to your shows forever. I'm going to run a special on microphones, but we'll talk about that sometime off the air.
Okay.
Yeah. What you could do is, you could be heard in stereo. Not only do you buy one mic, you buy two mics, and everybody will hear you in both ears. Frank.
Oh, is that how that works?
It's really not how it works, Sophie. Don't listen to him. Frank, I got to tell you. Stereo headphones, okay? I'll talk to you about that off the air. So just get to what you want to sell us, or whatever your new pitch is, or some shenanigans or whatever, and then get out of my studio because we're running out of time, okay? This is the first time on our new platform. We can't do this now, okay? I love you, man, but I got to tell you, you're a little high-strung, and it's we're now kind of like a later in the day show, so it's a little too high energy. Okay, well, listen. Okay, so here's what I want to do. We're going to get rid of the whole sweat problem by getting rid of socks. Okay, you want to explain that one? Yeah! What we do is, once you remove your shoes, just take off your socks. You're a genius. We all want to be barefoot or live barefoot already, so we probably don't have socks. Well, I heard someone mention socks, and I think that if we just got rid of socks, that'll get rid of a lot of foot odor too. Same thing with bacteria, and think about how much money you'll save. Frank, I think this is why you are not a good pitchman. Well, I could sell you anything, but it doesn't make money.
How many payments are due for Anti-Sock now? Is this what we're getting to? We're going to name it Anti-Sock? Well, that was all kind of like a bonus that we gave with Anti-Shoe. See, with Anti-Shoe, it was absolutely free. You took off one, you doubled the offer, you took off the other one. There was no number to call, there was no website to visit. You just took them off. Well, now, if you take your socks off too, that was the bonus offer. I must have missed something in the original commercial. I don't know, Sophie, did you hear anything about that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, neither did I. All right. Well, Frank, there's a padded wagon out in the parking lot probably waiting for you. Well, Nick and Sophie, thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm so glad to be part of the maiden voyage here on Barefoot United. And check out Frank offers. Go to YouTube. Check out my Anti-Shoe product. It's amazing. It works. It's great. Thanks, Frank. Bye. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye. It was a pleasure.
Watch your mic stand. Oh, I'm sorry. All right.
Oh, Frank.
What a mess in here.
Oh my, I bet.
Boy. And where did he get a fire bell? Why did he walk in with a fire bell?
A fire bell.
That's what I want to know. Like, was he going to have a wrestling match or something?
I don't even want to know.
I don't know. He brings me random gifts every time. Last Christmas, he bought me myrrh. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with it.
Myrrh?
Yeah, I know. What do you do with myrrh?
I mean, doesn't it smell good?
I think that's the frankincense part.
Oh. That's a good question. What do you do with myrrh?
I don't know. He gave me a 15-year-old fruitcake the year before.
I was going to say, with the myrrh, I bet he smoked it before he brought some over.
I don't know what he smokes, but man, he's, I could definitely tell he's had about 10 or 12 monsters throughout the course of the day now.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he's out of control. But, what else do we have? Oh, your segment.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Motivation.
Your inspirational motivation for your souls. I'm going to play the little clip, and because you can't hear it, I will tell you when to come in, but the audience will not hear me tell you anything. I have magic powers. So here we go. Now for your weekly dose of barefoot inspiration, motivation, and self-esteem building from the kind, compassionate, and peaceful Sophie Prince.
As I said earlier, every morning I like to take a walk outside and just to think about my day and think about everything. And the change of the seasons, this morning I was looking at all the leaves on the ground. And my little one asked me, oh, wow, Mom, look at all these leaves on the ground. And we were picking the leaves up and we were looking at all of them, and they were all such beautiful colors. And even though they were all from the same tree, they were all different. No two were alike. And I always like to incorporate what nature tells me into everyday life. And so what I took from that was, even though we are all here, we are all the same, no two individuals are exactly alike. You are not like anyone in the world. You are special. You are unique. That is your gift. Your uniqueness, the fact that there is no other you in the world, is what makes you special. And you are needed. You are needed. You have a gift. There is something inside each and every one of you that this world needs. So be proud of who you are. Know who you are. Be happy and give your gifts to the world. Give them freely, because the world is such a better place with you in it, giving your gifts.
Wow. That was amazing.
And it's true, and I certainly believe that. We are all exactly like the fall leaves that fall from the ground.
Yeah. Don't let people put you down because you live the barefoot lifestyle. Be yourself.
Yes.
Don't let people oppress you. Stand up for your rights.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Rock your uniqueness.
That was almost like medicine right there. That was medicine.
Good medicine.
Good medicine. Really good medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got nothing to top that.
Oh, I doubt that.
I'm just glad Frank didn't barge through the door again and say he took my lighter and was giving it back to me.
Oh, no. I said too many big words. He's not going to come back.
Yeah, he's probably afraid. I have 2 empty Monster cans in the time that he was here.
I don't doubt that.
So you know that because he ran out, I think he only came in, he was double fisting 2 monsters. So I think that like he, when he ran out, he finally realized, it was done. So he had to go get his fix. He's probably down at BP or, some convenience store somewhere. Get a Monster energy drink. In a way, he's like the Tasmanian devil. Very high energy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
wow, I don't know if we have any famous
last
last words to top that off. But we are out of time.
Already?
Already, yes. You have anything you want to share?
Just thank you, everybody, for being with us tonight. We really, truly had a blast. I hope that we were able to teach you, to inspire you, to, give you some encouragement. This has been a total blast. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks for everybody that migrated over here with us. Thank you, everybody that followed us over here, over to the new platform. Thank you, everybody, for your continued support for the past few weeks and even the past month. Thanks, everybody, for sharing your stories, your support, and everything. And, of course, until next time, folks, keep them bare.